reconnected. Hopefully you guys are still seeing me. But yeah, this is what I was sort of thinking, like a basket. Do something like this. Maybe wrap around the corner like so. 1, 2, 3. And go like so. Now I'd have railings here. Probably leave this open. So we just walk in and walk out. And should work. Should work, or could kill me. I have no idea. Still going. I love it. I gotta get another gyro built. I actually want to make it a little bit bigger and a little more rounded. Okay, let's see how much room we actually need. Let me put a floor in here. A floor that doesn't have a block in the middle of it. And see where we are. We can go. We can go one more up. Okay, and then we cap it. I'll probably leave it open just because I want most of the weight at the bottom. And they gotta add telepathic building in this. You think about how you want the block to face, and it just does it for you instead of you trying to go through the axis about 20 times, or even being able to hotkey specific axes. All right, now for railing. Go with a 2x3. We don't need hinges on this one. 6. And that's how it's gonna be. That's how we're gonna have our cars. Now what color? What color should we have these things? I'm almost thinking dark blue, but that's pretty dark. Go with the light blue. Not exactly the best day for colors right now. It's always cloudy and overcast. Color should we do? Even this is dark. I think it's just this build of unity. Or just developer copy. It could be like little console commands I don't know about. Let's fill this in, and then once we have one in, then we can get an idea of how many we can actually get going around. Is the stream still going? I gotta check here. It might be. Sadly, I only have one monitor and I play full screen, so I can't tell. But there we go. That should be it. We can get inside, no problem. Alright. So now we gotta figure out how far we're gonna do them. Alright. Seems good. So let's see what we have here for height. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. We probably could use a 2-block gap. One there, one there. One there, one there. Probably 2 in here somewhere, I think. Yeah, let's try this here. Just so it's a little easier to figure out where I'm going to place everything. Oh, that's a problem. I gotta replant this on the other side. We need longer blocks. We need super posts. Beams that are like 50 blocks long. Okay, it hasn't touched yet. Okay. So now I'm going to the other side, take that off so I can actually build the rest of the cars. There. What I could do, put one here, one here, and move that one up like 2 blocks. Three blocks. Sure, we'll do that. Oh yeah, I gotta move this one now. So there, there. And this one goes over 3. And same for the other side. What would be interesting that they added with the blueprinting is the ability to actually rotate objects before you place them. So you could build, let's say you want to build something big, you could build, let's say, a quarter of it, do a copy and paste, but rotate it each way or each time to get it to work out, like quadranting, for instance. Yeah, oops, that's a wall, post, what have you. Yes, that one goes there, this one goes there, and then there, and then there. So how many does this give us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 24. Wow, actually pretty good. I think I have the supplies for that. Yeah, that's right spot. I saw the box hanging there. I didn't fill in the rest of the blocks. It's like, wait a minute, what is that? Thought I had a cockpit floating in midair for some reason. I got a little confused. But then in my world, anything like that's possible. I have a roller coaster simulator floating 30 meters above the ground right now. Okay. So, before I confuse myself anymore, I'm going to go ahead and fill these in. And see if I can change the day here. That's too late in the day. There we go. That's morning. Got the nice morning music too. Actually, that's nighttime music. Now it's morning music. Okay, let's fill these in, and then we'll start putting the cars on. Honestly, I'm going to be surprised if this works. I'm actually thinking about possibly putting another rotor on the other side and lock it into place. Just in case. And then just for kicks, once I get it up and running, we'll actually see if we can get it. We'll do a save first, and we'll get it up and running, and then we'll cut it free and see if it'll roll on its own. Roll through the jungle, take down the trees, bounce off the pirate ship, sort of deal. Aw, I made a mess. That's the wrong color too. Oh, they're gonna need to do something about that hitbox. Those rotating plates, they don't have a proper hitbox. It's like two pieces or something. Oh, I put those in the wrong spot. Too late now. It doesn't really matter. It might. Yeah, I'm gonna redo this. It's just physics. If you have a weak point, the further away the weak point is from the weight, the weaker it's gonna be. So if I have it here, there's going to be less stress on it than if it's over here, just because of the fact that the lever, the leverage. And a 4. Get rid of that. Do that. Oh, another battery. It's good that I mass produce those things, just like I do everything else. You know what I'm gonna do? Just to avoid flying around, I'm actually gonna build them as I go. Hey Lancer, not much. I am making my own variation of the London Eye. It's sort of gonna be a self-propelled, walk-on, walk-off, sort of almost like a Ferris wheel idea. As you can see, it's pretty big. It's nothing new in my book, so but we're just going ahead and getting some cars set up. Yeah, someone had, a viewer had checked the video on the rework on the orbit, or the orbiter, that thing over there, and they said it topped out at 114 kilometers an hour. I was actually quite impressed with that, and again, this is why I have to be in this developer copy. Alright, so I'm going 3, going up 1, and then 4, 3. Yeah, you know what? That was the second build. I don't know if you watched season 1, but that's Lagzilla. That was Lagzilla, the lag beast, and the build that has crashed and I've broken my game so many times. But it's fun, and it's reasons like that, well, not necessarily like that, but things like that there in the pirate ship is why I love this game so much. You know, I'm sure that the other games like No Man's Sky and Empyrean, you can do stuff like that, but I don't know, I just got attracted to this. I saw it on Steam, and it wasn't until I actually built the first pirate ship that I fell in love with it. Like, I've got this, I don't know, I just got this thing with real world physics in a video game. Just the way stuff actually moves and flows and reacts the way you would expect in a real world environment. Well, I was honestly thinking about going back to creative, because there really is no challenge in survival for me other than the fact that my own creations turn on me once in a while. If I decide to start doing much bigger builds, I am starting haven't started yet, but I'm thinking about starting a second side series. I've talked before many times about building a city. Well, I'm thinking about starting a series called Planet Genesis, and instead of building a city, I want to load up a world in creative and build cities all over the world, but I'm not gonna have it like solid structures. I'm gonna, like my testing grid there over at the lab compound, how I've got the grids spaced out and lined up, but I have them separated. So as I build, I just separate them and have them planted on the ground, and hopefully I should be able to build something a couple of square kilometers easy and not have any issues. That's if they can get the new Unity working better, because from what I've seen with this copy I have, it's mind-blowing. Like, even problem builds I've had from last year, I was able to actually load them up and interact with them. The helicarrier, for instance, and the aircraft carrier. Yeah, I know I can turn it off. It's not that big of a deal. It's the realism. Mind you, I could also just do what I talked about doing before, and that's strap about 20 large air blades onto the base and just pick it up and move it somewhere else. Go ahead, where are we here? Yeah, we'll head north. Head north towards the equator. We'll set up in the lava fields. Okay, now we have a floor. And then railing. And then we color it in. Oh yeah. Yeah, the lag on that was absolutely terrible. I think when I first unplanted it, it was down to about it was probably about a frame every 4 seconds. It was absolutely terrible. And then I refitted it with the large air blades and got it flying. I actually sped that video up 4 times, believe it or not. Just to get be watchable. And even then it was terrible. But that last video where I got it all colored, no, that was all real time. The only lag I saw was when I was going up and going down with it. And I think it's just got to do with the fact that the game engine's trying to update so many blocks in the world at one time. You know, going on X and Y plane is one thing, but you throw the Z in there and that's when you start having issues. But even the aircraft carrier, the Nomad, I was so glad to see that one again. I was jumping for joy because